Studying in Canada is a big decision and a huge investment. Watch this video as I will be taking you through a journey and show you the most profitable program you can study in Canada to maximize your return on investment. So let's dive into the business of the day. We'll be looking at various programs and we'll be checking them under this category. We'll check the job demand province by province. We'll check if these programs would make you eligible for a postgraduate work permit. Also, we'll check the costs of studying these programs. We'll check like 1 or 2 schools just to give you a general idea. The very first program you should be considering to study if you want to maximize your return on investment in Canada is any healthcare related program. Now, Canada's healthcare is overwhelmed. To get an appointment, sometimes you have to wait for months. And if you walk into the hospital or trying to see a doctor, sometimes you might not end up seeing one or wait so long an hour. I remember an incident that occurred in December, and someone I followed to the hospital had to wait for 18 hours just to see a doctor. There is scarcity of health professionals in Canada. So that is a golden opportunity for you that is willing to come into Canada, because where demand meets supply, then there will be a purchase. There is high demand for nurses. There is high demand for personal support workers. There is high demand for healthcare professionals. And the salary is really, really, really good. To begin with, let's check some of the courses that you can actually study under this healthcare. You have the personal support worker. You have the healthcare aide. There is autism and behavioral science. You have community pharmacy assistants. You have nursing, practical nursing, and the likes of that. Before you begin, and before you make, you even pay for your admission application, you should do this thing. You should first of all confirm that the program that you intend to do is among the list of programs that have been designated as an eligible program for a postgraduate work permit. Because you don't want to go to school and after graduation, you are not able to secure a postgraduate work permit. So let me show you how to check that. To check if the program you are about to study is eligible for a postgraduate work permit, come to Google, type in DLI list. And you know that any school you choose must be among the DLI list. That is, it must be a designated learning institution. Scroll to the paragraph that talks about postgraduate work permits. Click meet all other criteria to get a postgraduate work permit. Then you scroll to the bottom and you check the field of study requirements. So now let's search. Let's say we are going for healthcare aides or personal support worker. They are all healthcare aides. So healthcare aides. Okay, now you can find that there are different types of healthcare aides, and they are all eligible for postgraduate work permits. So let's say we are picking this healthcare aid program from Bovali College. You already know that, okay, by virtue of this program, by virtue of this, that you've seen the feed of requirement, this program you are going into, it's eligible for a postgraduate work permit. So next thing you do is, let's come to job bank. To go to job bank, type jobbank.gc.ca. So now let's check the projection for these healthcare aids. So you click labor market information, job profile. Then you search for the particular job you are looking for. Let's say, okay, we are looking for healthcare aides or support worker. Healthcare aides. Okay, healthcare assistant. Let's just go for healthcare aides. Now look at the job description. As an healthcare aide, this is what you'll be doing. Your job will be to assist other workers in support of health and provide services to assist the healthcare professionals. So if it's Nigeria, something like an auxiliary nurse or thereabouts. So this is what it is. So now let's look at the wages. The average wage for healthcare aid is about $22 per hour, which is far above minimum wage. Let's take a look at the wage in different provinces. Of course, the minimum wage, the lowest is about 16, and the median, that's the average. It depends on the job and it depends on your experience. 22. You can get as high as 28 Canada wise. Then if you look at different territories, like the Yukon territory, you find out that, okay, the minimum you can get is 17.6 and the max is about 42.88 per hour as an healthcare aide. And just go check every province. Quebec, check Newfoundland, check Saskatchewan, and every province and territory of Canada. Check, you get to see what it will look like. Another thing you can check is the prospects. Okay, within the next 3 years, because if you study now, what you probably you study for 1 year and you start working. So within the next 3 years, what is the projection? You see that, okay, in Alberta, it is moderate. It is in British Columbia, good. Yukon, very, very good. That is, if you can and you want to really make a maximum use of the opportunity and make more money, then you can consider relocating or going to Yukon. Just saying this. So let's check for another course. Let's check for another program. Let's say, okay, let's go back and check for, let's say, early childhood education. Early childhood education. Okay. You see that, okay, on the DLI part, it is eligible for a postgraduate work permit. On the postgraduate work permit part, it's eligible for a postgraduate work permit. So now let's check job bank. Okay, the job profile. Let's look for early childhood. So for early childhood education, you can be a worker there. You can be an educator, a therapist, supervisor. So let's just go for an early childhood worker. Let's search. You find out that, okay, there are a lot of jobs. About, even on job bank, over 1,000+ jobs have been advertised for this particular early childhood education. You find out that the median wage is about 21.3 per hour. You can check the prospects for the next 3 years, and you see, okay, for this early childhood education, you see that in virtually all province, it is the list is good. In Alberta, they are in high demand. So let's say you want to study early childhood education in Bovali College in Alberta. That would be a very good choice, because you already know that it is in high demand. Your skills are needed in Alberta, Manitoba, and every other province. So this is how you do your research, using job bank, and also using the postgraduate work permit too. So this is how you do your research. Now, what will it cost you to study any of this program? Like in Bovali College, for example, if you are studying healthcare aide, it is a 1-year program, and that is 2 semesters, about 8 months or thereabouts. And then you go for your co-op, which is your internship. You are eligible for postgraduate work permits. The estimated living costs, expenses per year, as set by Canada Immigration, it's $20,635 per year. And the tuition fee is about 20,264 Canadian dollars. Now ask me, is this a good investment? Yes, it is a good investment. It is a good investment. You've already seen that there is a demand for your skill. So if you are going to study early childhood education or any health related program, there is already a ready demand for your skill. All right, so that is it for the health sector. I may not have covered the course you want to study. Let's say you want to go for pharmacy technician. You want to go for a master's in nursing. What you should do is you check. Okay, you can check from the program website. If I study masters in nursing, what job can I do? Then you see the list of jobs that you can do. Then you take that job and you come to job bank. Job bank is jobbank.gc.ca. You search for the job, or you click on labor market information, job profile. Put that particular job. Let's say studying a master's in nursing, for example. Nursing. Can make you like a nursing supervisor, for example. Let's search that. You see, you are getting a wage of $44 per hour. So just do your research before you make that decision that you want to study any healthcare program or any program. do your research and make an informed decision. Consider your finances, because Canada is expensive. It's expensive to study, to live, and to stay in Canada. It is expensive. It is a big investment. You understand? So do your research so that you will not end up being redundant and at the end of the day regretting, why did I come to Canada? The second category of courses you should consider studying are STEM courses, especially technology related courses. They are in high demand. We all know that internet and technology is evolving, it's ever dynamic. A couple of years, there was nothing like AI, ChatGPT, blockchain, and the likes of that. But today, you have these technologies. You have so many changes going into the technology world. Businesses will always need the services of technology experts. Businesses will always need the services of science experts, mathematics experts. So now let's look at some programs under this feed. You have the analytics. Business right now, they need to make informed decisions, even in health. Yeah. Data analytics. These are very good programs to come to Canada to study. Whether you are going in the undergraduate level or at the master's level, whatever level you are going, even if it's a 1-year certificate, they are very good programs and they are in high demand. There is AI, there is Internet of Things. Robotics have gone so advanced that with Internet of Things, robots can replace some jobs that human beings will find it very difficult to do. So you find out that these sectors, they need people, they need specialists like you to come fill it. And when you are making your decision, like someone told me, it's not everybody that will do health. Everybody cannot be a doctor. If everybody's a doctor, then who's the patient? Everybody cannot do health. So if you don't have flair for it, another sector you should look at is the STEM sector, the STEM programs. Once you get the program that you want to study, or go to the list of programs that are eligible for postgraduate work permit, check if your program is there. And if it's there, the next thing you check, go to Job Bank and you check the profile. There are so many programs that you can do under this STEM. You have talk about web development. You have the front end, you have the back end, Internet of Things, applied AI solutions. You have health informatics. You have information system business. There is cloud computing. There is mobile application development. Like most things that people do, they do it on their phone. And as a software developer, in fact, as a mobile app developer, you can make a lot of money. You can make a lot of revenue. And above all, you can find a lot of fulfillment in knowing that I have created a solution. Look at the big tech company, even the startups, they get interest from a lot of big companies, and before you know anything, they are acquired. Imagine the billions of dollars WhatsApp was sold for. Imagine the billions different mobile app solutions are being sold every day. Imagine the day-to-day usefulness of this app. So there is a demand for such services. And seriously, when you come to Canada to learn, and you put your mind to learn, you will learn. You will definitely learn. And it is not about Canada believe in what skills do you have? What can you do? What can you do? So it's not just all about I have this certificate. It's not about certification. It's about, let me borrow this word from the Pidgin English. It's about sabification. Waiting you sabi do. So there are other programs that you should also look at. There are a lot of them. Cybersecurity, computer programming, computer system technician, cloud computing, software development, and the likes of that. Let's go over and check the prospect of this particular sector. So let's look at computer system analyst or technician. Okay, it's among the course that qualifies you for a postgraduate work permit. So let's go to job bank. Computer system technician, you have to provide support to computer user experiencing difficulty with their computer hardwares. So if that is something that interests you, okay, you can go ahead and you see that the wage for this particular type of job is about $30 per hour, which is even higher than some health courses. Look at the wage per province and territory. The lowest is about 94. That is the average. Then the is about $47. Then if you are decide to do that in, let's say, a province like British Columbia, the median wage per hour you'll be getting is $30. So you see, it's quite high, and it's something that you should take. STEM courses, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics related programs, they are in high demand. So it's something that you should consider. Like I said, because of time limitation, I can't cover all the courses. But once you get a program that is a STEM related program, you know what to do. You come to the list of programs that are eligible for postgraduate work permit. Check if that particular program, let's say, for example, now I want to study artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. Okay, now I already see that artificial intelligence is here. Then another thing you should note is that some programs, not the way they stated it in your school's website, that's the way they stated it here. So you can always read the program description, and know what the program is all about. Then you can also use it to search for your particular program. So that's it for the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics program. That's the STEM programs. The last set of program we're going to talk about is the skilled trades. There are so many skilled trades that are really really needed in Canada. We are aware that the housing crisis in Canada was what started this whole immigration changes, whereby the international students that came in were more than the available housing that we are available. Canada, they are doing massive construction, so they need a lot of electricians. They need a lot of heating and refrigeration specialists. They need a lot of carpenters, renovation specialists. They need a lot of welders. Now, this, if you have interest in any of these skill, it's something that you should actually consider coming to study in Canada. Yes, you might be a carpenter in your home country. You might be a welder in your home country. Canada, they believe in certification, they believe in qualification. So if you are already a welder or you have flair for this kind of hand jobs, what you need to do is come over to Canada, study such course. Like there is heating and refrigeration and air conditioning in George Brown College. Niagara College has computer technician, welding technician, carpentry techniques. These are courses that are in high demand. If we go and look, I would give you just this assignment. Look at Job Bank. I have showed you how to do that. And look for carpenters and see how much they earn per hour. You discover that these programs they could just be the next big thing for you. So if you are still in the valley of decision and you are still trying to decide what program should I study, you can consider studying carpenter, and their visa rate is, the rate of approval, it's quite high. Once you come study skilled trade, your chances of being approved is very, very high, because they are gradually trying to only allow people that are relevant to the economy and to Canada's economy. That is what they are trying to allow. No disrespect to the business courses, but why would you want to study a business, international business management, for example, and at the end of the day, after graduation, you've done it for 2 years, spend over $40,000, and there is no job for you. You have to return to your home country. You know that it's a very good course. Probably you want to use it for your own personal business or your own branding. It's a very good course. It's a very good program. But if you have plans of remaining in Canada, if you have plans of getting a postgraduate work permit, if you have plans of transiting into the Canada economy, then you should consider studying the healthcare, the STEM, that's the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics program, and lastly, the skilled trades, And let me give you an eye opener. Most province, if you are good in any of all these, if you study any of all these programs I just listed, they have PNP, provisional nominee programs. They've so designed their PRO pathways to meet this in-demand. So take advantage of these skills, take advantage of these programs, fit in, and do something nice for your career, for your future, for your children born and those unborn. Then lastly, we are going to look at how you can travel with your family when you are studying these programs. You know, most of these programs, they are either a 1-year certificate or a 2-year undergraduate diploma or a postgraduate diploma. Most of them, they are not masters because they are industry specific program. That is, I want to be a carpenter in Canada, so I am studying carpenter. I want to be a computer system technician, so I am studying computer system technician. So most of these programs, they are not available on the master level, and for you to be able to move with your family to Canada as it is now, for your family to get a postgraduate work permit, sparse open work permit, you need to be studying a master's program. So what can you do? There's always steps. You can come in with a 1-year program like personal support worker, for example. You study personal support worker. Under 8 months, you are done. You are working, you are earning. Then you transit into a master's program. Mind you, for you to do that, you must have had a BSc in your home country. Okay, you transit into a master's program. Then your family come and join you, or you move from the personal support program, you move into the postgraduate work permit, and you are using the postgraduate work permit to work. Then you can invite your family over to with spouse open work permit. However, if you want to travel with your family immediately, you can always apply for study permit for the children, and for your spouse a visitor visa. So that is it basically. We have experience in these programs. Reach out to us today and we will guide you. We have so many links on the description on how to reach us, on how to choose these programs. And if you want to study and finance it's a challenge, or proof of funds is a challenge, then you can look at the passage loan. I'll drop a link at the top right corner. You can click the link, learn about the passage funding your education using student loan. That being said, you can fund your education using student loan. All this I have explained in the video. So I hope you find value in this video. Please do well to like, share, and subscribe. Then comment in the comment section. Let me know what sector you'll be going into. Just let me know. I'll be going to the healthcare sector. I prefer the healthcare sector, or I prefer the STEM sector, or I prefer the skilled trade sector. So let us know in the comment section. So thank you very much. I will see you in my other video. Bye.